Waratah, the town where we stayed in Tasmania. True to its name, the town features a large sign showcasing the iconic Waratah flower. Despite it being a weekday, the town was remarkably quiet. Silhouette of miners here hinted at Waratah's mining heritage. A nearby information board explains that Mount Bischoff was once a tin mining site. Adjacent to the welcome sign, we found the Waratah Museum. Unfortunately, it was closed at the time. Nearby stood a replica of James, Philosopher, Smith's hut, a tribute to the man who discovered the tin deposit at Mount Bischoff. We took a brief look inside, snapped a few group pictures, and then bid farewell to the town. Thank you for your hospitality, Waratah. On to our next destination. After our challenging hike the other day, we planned a more relaxed trip today. Our first stop was the Swiss shopping village in 𝙒𝙖𝙨. It is a small village with a few shops, cafes, and a restaurant. One advertisement board quickly caught my eye, so I decided to check out their award-winning ice cream. They had some unusual flavors, including Port Arthur lavender and coconut, salted lime, Calabrian rum hot cross bun, pepperberry and leatherwood honey, and feijoa and apple ripple. I chose Port Arthur lavender and coconut and Calabrian rum. They looked absolutely divine. The texture was incredibly smooth, and the flavors were well balanced. They truly deserved their award. Yum. Soon, it was lunchtime, and we visited the only restaurant in the village. The interior was spacious, with a rustic charm. We all ordered from their lunch special to keep it quick and simple. I picked the fish burger. The taste was okay, but the price was reasonable, and it was very filling. After lunch, we explored the rest of the town. On one side, there was a lake and a mini golf course. On the other, we found a small watermill, a carved wooden post, and a ship-like playground structure. The wooden post was carved with a cameo of a family, denoting the area as a family-friendly space. Looking around, we noticed a distinct window design on many buildings. These were Bavarian-style windows. Many of the roof edges were adorned with decorative fascia, ornate wooden trim covering. Even the balustrades had unique patterns, including tulip-shaped carvings. To get a better view, we climbed up to a spot just beneath the clock tower. From here, we could see the entire village, a small glimpse of a traditional Swiss countryside town. It felt so peaceful and relaxing. The village had plenty of benches, surrounded by daisies and lavender. Near the gift shop, we spotted a vintage post box. Inside, the souvenirs quickly caught my eye. Miniature vintage cowbells featuring Swiss floral designs, alphabet cowbells for personalized initials, handcrafted wooden marionettes, and miniature Swiss chalets. Just as we were about to leave, we came across a vintage water pump. It still worked, but sadly, no water flowed. Thank you for having us, 𝙒𝙖𝙨. It was such a fun visit. Our next destination was 𝙿𝙖𝙨 Falls, a short 30-minute return walk. The trailhead started here, and the path was mostly flat, making it an easy and relaxing walk. We were accompanied by the gentle sounds of streams and birds the entire way. The presence of wildlife along the trail made the walk feel even more serene. Some sections had small steps, but they were easy to navigate. After about 5 minutes, we reached the first waterfalls. It was beautiful, with crystal-clear water cascading down the rocks. We took some photos before continuing to the second waterfalls. It was a short walk, just 10 minutes away. Compared to the first waterfalls, the second one was wider but shorter. We took more pictures, capturing the pristine water flowing freely. Such a peaceful and breathtaking sight. After spending some time there, we headed back to the entrance. After our Cradle Mountain hike, everyone looked exhausted, but our spirits were still high. Within a few minutes, we were back at the starting point, another wonderful adventure completed. We visited Trevelyan Dam in Tasmania. It's a concrete gravity dam built in 1955 to supply water and generate renewable energy. A stone pedestal near the dam commemorates the contribution of Polish ex-servicemen who helped construct it. The flowing stream here attracts migrating Tasmanian shortfin eels, which cross the dam into the upstream river between December and April. Adult eels travel down the dam through the bypass to the South Esk River, and the elvers, juvenile eels, migrate upstream using a specialized ladder built within the dam. To complete their life cycle, these eels must live through both saltwater and freshwater phases, an incredible natural journey. On the opposite side, there was a path, but it seemed off-limits. The dam also features a picnic area with a cozy, peaceful atmosphere. Before we left, I spotted a large spotted ladybird, Harmonia conformis. These native Australian ladybirds differ from their Asian counterparts, which typically have white spots on their thorax and smaller body spots.
For dinner, we visited a sushi train restaurant in the heart of Launceston. The restaurant had modern murals decorating the walls, but what stood out the most was how they delivered orders to the tables. Instead of traditional conveyor belts, our food arrived via remote-controlled miniature vehicles. After ordering from the tablet, the mini vehicles would deliver our dishes directly to the table. They were programmed to slow down at corners before turning. Very impressive. I spotted 3 different miniature vehicles during our visit. We could hear how excited children were when they saw them zipping around carrying orders. That said, the food itself was underwhelming. The sauces were unusual, and the rice was a bit too hard and dry for sushi. I wasn't sure if this was due to poor preparation or simply the wrong type of sushi rice. There were too many of the same dishes rotating on the conveyor belt the entire time we were there. They just didn't look very appetizing. Additionally, the presentation needed improvement, and some of the meat looked less than fresh. For my second dish, I ordered gyoza. Unfortunately, they were deep-fried, extremely oily and hard. Each gyoza was so greasy that it could soak an entire napkin. While kids would definitely love the fun experience, this isn't a place I would visit again for quality sushi. That's it for today. Time to head back home.
다음 금이 먹고 타 있는